Okay, I'm going to go over the homework problems, the odds in the packet, in doing long division. So number 1 and 3 we did in class, so that's what you should have had as an answer if you weren't there on Friday. Write this down and try to work towards that answer. Number 3, there's the answer. Okay, number 5 I'm going to show. So here we go. So remember, the key here is to ask yourself, what times a is going to give me 9a cubed? And think about it. 9a squared times a is going to give me 9a cubed. Now, not only do you have to multiply this by the a, you have to multiply what's up here by the -5 also. So a lot of you got in the habit, and it's a good habit to get into, is you were writing down to the side what you had to multiply. You had to take this 9a squared and times it by a minus 5. Alright, so we already did the first one. When I distribute this, I get 9 times a squared is negative 45a squared. Now, the key here too is that this is subtraction. You're going to subtract this whole thing. Alright, but remember, if you're going to subtract a quantity, that's why we did subtracting quantities, you have to think about almost like distributing this negative. Alright, and so because 9a to the third minus 9a to the third, yes, that's 0. But when you think about this, this is negative 35 minus a negative 45. Alright, so one way to combat this is to turn it into addition. And when you turn it into addition, you change the sign of everything. And that double negative really turns into a positive. So now it's pretty easy to see that I have 10a squared left. And I kind of go from there. So keep going with this. This one we're actually going to have a remainder, it looks like, because now 10a squared divided by a, that's another way you can look at this, would be 10a. Or you can think about it, what times a would give me 10a squared? 10a. 10a times a is 10a squared. Okay, and then 10a times negative 5 is negative 50a. Again, this is subtraction. So you have a double negative here. Negative 55 minus a negative 50, that's like adding. So a lot of you are doing that to see that, and you have negative 5a. Bring the 21 down. Okay, again, what times a would give me negative 5a? Think about it, negative 5. Negative 5 times a minus 5. I got to do this times this whole quantity. First, this part's going to give me negative 5a. Negative 5 times negative 5 is 25. Now that I think about it, we did this one together, but it won't hurt to show it again. If I subtract here, think about that. I'm subtracting more than what I have, so I get negative 4. So now I have something other than 0 here, so I'm just going to write subtract 4 over the divisor. Okay. Number 7. I'm going to do this a little bit quicker. A times a squared would give me a cubed. That's what I want. A squared times 7, 7a squared. I'm subtracting. So now, when it's easy subtraction like this, that's obviously 0. 4 minus 7 is negative 3a squared. So I don't always have to turn this into addition. If you're a good subtractor, you never have to turn it into addition. Okay. How did I get that so fast? Negative 3a. Because I know negative 3a times a gives me negative 3a squared. Negative 3 times 7 is negative 21a. Remember, oops, I'm subtracting here. So look, I have a lot of double negatives. So if I just turn this into addition, I think it makes the problem a lot easier. Again, negative 8 times a gives me negative 8a. And then negative 8 times 7 is negative 56. Again, we have a lot of double negatives here. And if we turn this into addition, because it was subtraction, if we turn it into addition, we should switch the signs. It looks like I get negative 8. So I write subtract 8 over a plus 7. Number 9. Again, you know, with this leading coefficient of just 1m, it's pretty easy. You know, you probably see in the pattern, m squared times m is m cubed. That's what I want. M squared times 2, 2m squared. I'm subtracting. 5 minus 2 is 3. Bring down the 9m. 3m times m is 3m squared. 3m times 2 is 6m. I'm subtracting. 9 minus 6 is 3m. Bring down the 6. And plus 3 will give me that. So 3 times m is 3m. And 3 times 2 is 6. When I subtract here, I get 0, so I'm done. There is no remainder for number 9. Alright, number 11. Real quick. Good, it's not too long. A squared times a would give me the a cubed. A squared times negative 8 is negative 8a squared. Subtract. Now, if you're a good subtractor, negative 6 minus a negative 8, that's like negative 6 plus 8. So that's 2a. Bring down the 11a. 2a times a, 2a squared. 2a times negative 6 is negative 16a. I'm subtracting. Again, this double negative turns into a positive. So that's 5a. Bring down the negative 40. If I times this by 5, 5 times a is 5a. 5 times negative 8 is negative 40. And I subtract and I get 0. No remainder. There's your answer. Number 13. Last one I'm going to show, then I'm going to give some answers. A times a squared is a cubed. A squared times negative 2 is negative 4a squared. Subtracting, so I'm going to turn this into addition. It's a double negative, turns into positive. So we have 10a squared. Bring that down. Plus 10a, because 10a times a is 10a squared. 10a times negative 2 is negative 20a. Again, I'm subtracting. I have a double negative here. So it looks like it's 10a. It's left. Bring down the negative 12. Plus 10. When I multiply here, my kids must have just gotten out of the bath if you hear them screaming. I apologize. This is number 13. Referencing my notes real quick. What in the world happened here? I did something wrong. Oh, what in the world did I do that for? A squared times a is a cubed. A squared times negative 2 is negative 2a squared. Then double negative makes positive, so this should be 8. So this would be 8. So I have 8a squared minus 10a. Sorry about that. And then I'm going to do 8a times negative 2. That's negative 16a. So when I put those together, looks like I'm going to get 6. Sorry about that. This one's kind of a wash now. You should get 6a there minus 12. So that's going to change that to a 6. 6 times a is 6a, and then 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. You get 0. So the answer is a squared plus 8a plus 6. Okay, number 15 looks like this. It has a remainder, so just check it and make sure you keep things straight. Yes, this is to the fourth, but if you think about this first step, 3n to the third times n is going to give me 3n to the fourth. And then 3n cubed times negative 6 is negative 18n cubed. Subtracting, so that's a double negative there, so it's going to turn into positive, so I have negative 1n cubed, and we're off and running. So you just kind of keep the same process going. Negative 1n squared, which that was part of the answer, gives me negative 1n cubed. So I got you started there. Finish it. Number 17, there's the answer. Alright, number 19, I'm going to show one of these really long ones. Hopefully it all fits on the paper. But here we go. N times n to the fourth would give me n to the fifth. And then I have to do n to the fourth times 7. That's 7n to the fourth. And I'm subtracting. So that makes 0. 16 minus 7 is 9n to the fourth. Alright, where's 19? Okay. And then plus 66n to the third plus 9n cubed. How did I know that? 9n cubed times n gives me 9n to the fourth. 9 times 7 is 63n cubed. Subtracting, 66 minus 63 is 3. Plus, just bringing stuff down, it's 18n squared. So plus 3n squared will give me 3n cubed. 3 times 7 is 21n squared. Subtract, 18 minus 21 is negative 3n squared. This is going to be negative 3n. Got to bring the 24 down, or the 24n. Negative 3n times n is negative 3n squared. Negative 3 times, it's still going to be negative 21n. I'm subtracting, so this one has a lot of double negatives, so I'm going to change every sign. That's negative 3n. Wow, the 3's keep coming up. No big deal. Bring down the 21. And negative 3 times n is negative 3n. And negative 3 times 7 is negative 21. When I subtract those, I would get 0. So there is no remainder here. So you notice each and every time this first part needs to match up. That's when you know you're doing it right. Okay? So every single time this first part was the exact same, because I'm subtracting. If I want something to go away when I'm subtracting, I need them to be exact. Number 21 looks like that. (23) and 25. It has a remainder.